It is my duty and responsibility as a consultant cardiologist and public health campaigner to urgently inform doctors, patients, and members of the public that the COVID mRNA vaccine has likely played a significant role or been a primary cause of unexpected cardiac arrests, heart attacks, strokes, cardiac arrhythmias, and heart failure since 2021, until proven otherwise.
Mr. President, dear colleagues, Ursula von der Leyen must immediately and unconditionally resign from her position as President of the European Commission due to the fact that her actions are currently criminally investigated by the European Public Prosecutor's Office. EPPO just announced a few days ago that it's investigating the way the contracts were signed between the European Commission and the producers of vaccines. And this is what the Court of Auditors just stated in a report released a few days ago, and I quote, "The Commission has signed, up to November 2021, 71 billion euros worth of contracts on behalf of the member states to purchase up to 4.6 billion COVID-19 vaccine doses. That means that she purchased 10 doses of vaccines for every EU citizen based on contracts that were never released to the public. This is how the contracts that she signed with these pharmaceutical companies were released to the public. How is this possible in the European Union that is called to be transparent with the way it's using people's money? So I'm asking again and calling again for immediate and unconditional resignation. Thank you.
Doctors can't speak about COVID without engendering danger to their professional licenses and their occupation. I tell you, Charlie, doctors are going to back away from COVID completely in California. It's a disaster at this point in time. Between California AB 298, the PayPal developments, and Twitter, and we know through court-ordered documents, American First Legal has shown Twitter is directly working with government agencies to do this.
That's exactly right.
What's next, Charlie? Bank of America? Citibank? Is everyone's bank account now at risk regarding this pandemic?
Well, it is, and it's a wide sweeping agenda to exercise power and control. And so, Dr. McCullough, if you're saying that now the rate is 25,000 per a million for myocarditis, and that doesn't count all the other potential, let's just say, damaging effects from the vaccine, well, they won't be able to cover this up long term, will they? I mean, eventually there has to be a turn of the corner. I mean, to the kind of very awful example that you mentioned, which is the death of Sean Casten's daughter, I read the statement, and I don't know why they put that in the statement. They said, oh, she was fully vaccinated COVID-19. Are they trying to tell us that maybe they think it's connected or it's a virtue signal thing? I mean, Dr. McCullough, I was late last night before I went to bed, I said, I feel as if they almost are trying to make us go insane. As if those of us that see what's happening here, they just keep us calling us crazy. 1 minute, your thoughts, doctor.
You know, I think at this point in time, again, every American has a duty. They have a duty to warn others. They have a responsibility to do so. The rates of death are unacceptable with the vaccine. Our CDC has recorded thousands of deaths on the same day or the next day. The vaccine mandates need to go, and the vaccines need to go.
It's unbelievable. Dr. McCullough, stay right there. I think we have you for one more.
Dr. Ladapo, real quickly, where are you going to go from here on this study? Because this is monumental, and we have to make sure everybody in the nation reads the study, understands, can ask questions, and then, so what are you going to do? Where do you do with this study, and where do you go from here in your research on this vital issue of national importance?
Well, we've issued a guideline, which is, I think it's crazy to think that the benefit-risk equation is favorable for young people, young men. That's just insane at this point in the pandemic. And I think that we need more safety research for sure. And I think that we need more accountability, because the thing is, if it had been known that it's absurd. I mean, this is think of Vioxx and how that was pulled off when it was found that it was killing people. It was giving people heart attacks, and that those data were also hidden. They weren't disclosed initially. So this is not appropriate to be giving people a medication that, a vaccine in this case, that increases their risk of dropping dead by over 80%. That's not appropriate. You don't give people medications like that. So we need to get back to common sense.